So I told her, Ellen, sometimes a cat is just a cat. But no, she's convinced her Uncle Barty is in there.
Why does she think that?
The cat meowed and it sounded just the way your Uncle Barty yawned, I guess. But I told her that unless her Uncle Barty had a fondness for licking his own backside, he wasn't in there. Callie, oh, now where has she gotten off to?
I brought the book.
You and that book. Why did you even bother with it?
What do you mean? This book contains everything. The entire history of our coven, all the spells.
Oh, it is irrelevant, pointless, and outdated.
Nonsense! Everything you need to know is in this book. It's a lifesaver.
Oh, the best thing we could do with that book is to throw it in the fireplace and set it on fire. At least then it would be doing us some good by keeping us warm.
I would never! Don't listen to her book.
Oh, Kelly, did you leave the cauldron on?
I don't think so.
Well, it's on.
Well, it wasn't me.
Well, we could have unleashed who knows what.
Regana, when did we get these squirrel snouts? They look a bit off.
Well, they're squirrel snouts. That's how they're supposed to look.
Oh, Regana, I am so excited I can hardly contain myself.
Oh, I know, right? Hannah Finch's final quest. Oh, time's gone by so quickly. Oh, if she is anything like her mother, she could be the most powerful witch we have ever seen.
Well, I hope she's nothing like her mother. Mary belonged here, not running off to marry an Ordo.
An Ordo? What is that? Oh, you mean an ordinary man?
Ordo, dear. It's what all the kids are saying.
Oh, well, you're no kid. You're 740 years old.
Yes, and thank you for reminding me. You're no spring chicken either.
Never mind that. Hannah Finch's final quest. Oh, such a tragedy what happened to that family.
Oh, yes. Attacked on the moors by... Well, we don't know, do we? To this day, we still don't know. Mary's husband and younger one vanished altogether, and poor Mary at her wit's end. Hannah was only 6, but already showed a great amount of inner strength. And then Mary ran off to find her husband and younger daughter.
And never returned.
Regana, there's no chance Hannah fails her quest, is there? I mean, it's a dangerous world, and Hannah's naive and just a little gullible.
She'll be fine, Callie.
I'm sure you're right. Still, you never know what's in a person's heart. That does it. Now to cast the incantation.
You do the honors.
Let me get the book.
Oh, for crying out loud.
From the day the Earth Mother laid the first cornerstone of the first coven, the one truth has been held. The broomstick, official totem of the witch, given to each student upon completing years of study, and this, the final quest. Failure to pass the test will show a witch unworthy, and she shall be cast from the sisterhood. She won't receive her broomstick. She won't receive support from her fellow witches in times of persecution. She won't receive paid time off for holidays or special life events and a generous 401k. She won't receive...
Now you're just milking it.
It's in the book. Also, look who's talking.
Oh, what does that mean?
You like to give speeches, that's all. Someone gives you an opening and you start speeching all over them.
Well, that's not even a word.
Speechitating?
No.
Whatever. Can I finish? Oh, cauldron of unquestionable reliability, give us the final quest of Hannah Finch.
What does it say? What does it say?
The final quest of Hannah Finch is...
Yes.
Transform a prince...
Yes, yes.
...into a frog. Transform a prince into a frog. Not very
I love it. It's so simple. Any witch worth her pointy hat could do it. Oh, but that is where the danger lies, doesn't it?
Maybe it's too hard. I don't want her failing, Regana.
Well, that's all up to Hannah now. Call her in.
Of course.
We really need a better way of doing that.
Here she comes. Do you want the book?
We've been doing this ritual forever. I could do it in my sleep.
Not the way you snore.
Ho ho. Hannah Finch, present your wand.
Sorry.
We good now? Very well. Hannah Finch, you have been called here today to your final quest. It shall be recorded on the very walls of this school, witnessed by head mistresses Regana and Callie Pope.
Hello.
That you shall begin to participate in a ritual that was old even when centuries began to be counted.
That's in the book.
Far from the eyes of man who fear what they cannot easily control, we have prepared you to the greatest of our ability to take on the responsibilities of the witch. The lives and the sacrifices of your sisters before you, as yours will one day be, are larger of the centuries of eternity.
That's in the book.
Hannah Finch, you are called here today to your final quest. Its success, yours. Its failure, yours as well. Are you prepared to take on your final quest?
No, thank you.
What?
That's not in the book.
I don't understand.
Well, in the book she's supposed to
Not
say...
that. Hannah, are you refusing your final quest?
I am. Look, I know all the witchy stuff, right? I mean, I know all about the spells and everything. Do I really need a piece of paper to validate me?
Well, it's not just a piece of paper, Hannah.
There's a broomstick, too.
Yeah, and why do we have those? We don't fly around on them.
Fly around on them. It's a broomstick. You'd fall right off.
There's no stabilization to center your gravity on.
And you can sweep with it, too. Don't forget that.
Because it's a broom. It's very handy.
Look, I know how much this means to both of you, and it's truly been an honor to be trained by the legendary Pope sisters.
Oh, I don't know about legendary.
I'm not going to undertake my final quest. I'm really sorry.
I just don't... Hannah, your final quest is a very important ritual. Without it, you'll never be able to become a true member of the sisterhood.
Actually a little okay with that. You know, all the chanting and the stuff with the animal parts.
But Hannah, you worked so hard to just give it up.
I know, and I'm very grateful. Don't think I'm not, but it's my decision, right?
Yes.
And I'm sorry, but my decision is no.
I'm afraid there are consequences that come with that decision.
Consequences.
Yes. Failure to meet your final quest not only means you won't be a part of the sisterhood, it also means you'll have to leave the school.
That's for sure in the book.
Wow. The book. I guess that's the most important thing, right? You know what? I've got to go.
Hannah, your mother would want you to...
Oh, Callie, no. My mother.
My mother. She isn't here, is she? Mom? Mother? Mom? Nope. Not here.
Hannah, your mother loved you very much.
You keep saying that? But she left when I was 6, so forgive me if I don't remember. Look, I know she was some sort of a legend around here, but to me, she's just the woman who left and never came back. You know, I guess I'll go pack my things.
That went horribly.
Oh, let me talk to her.
Don't speech charade on her.
Not a thing, Callie.
I'm sorry, you guys didn't deserve that.
You mean us legendary Pope sisters? Please. Not to burst your bubble, Hannah, but Callie and I have been through much worse. Besides, we kind of deserved it. We may know a lot about teaching witches, but not so much about raising little girls. And you needed a lot that we were not prepared to give you. And I'm sorry for that, Hannah.
No, you and Callie, you've been amazing. You've loved me more than I sometimes deserved.
Oh, darling.
No. Listen, it's... My memories of my childhood, they're mostly just bad. Darkness and rain, lightning and screaming. I got so scared that it's like everything before that night. It's like I just erased it. My father, my sister, I don't even know what they look like. Other than my mother, I can't remember my family. On the night she left, she gave me this. She said there was another half out there that my father had. I keep it with me all the time in hopes that I'll find the other half, but it's not enough. That's why I've decided not to undertake my final quest.
Hannah,
No. You've always told me that anger and bitterness turn a good witch into a bad witch. But that's all I feel, Pradana. Angry and bitterness and sadness. I don't want to leave this place. This is the only home I've ever known, but I'm just so scared of what I might become.
And our futures are not written in stone. Let me tell you something. I ran away from home when I was 7 years old. My home life was, well, little girls didn't seem to hold much value back then. And I was just as lost as you were when old Mrs. Bean found me in the woods, half-starved and living like a wild beast.
You? I don't believe that.
It's true. She brought me back here and scrubbed me until I was just as presentable as any girl in the school. But on the inside, I was still a filthy, wretched, unloved, and unlovable girl. It took me years to reconcile the two sides of myself.
What changed?
My own quest. You see, the wonderful thing about a final quest is that it is not just a test of your magical skill. It is a chance for you to search your soul and make a stand about who you are. In the end, Hannah, it is not our past that defines us. That's up to us every moment of every day. Listen to me. If Callie heard me giving a speech like that, I'd never live it down. Listen, whatever you decide, I hope that you know that, well, even though we're not your real family, it feels like we are. And no one is going to make you leave this school. Not until you're ready to. I don't care what some silly old book says. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if that silly old thing accidentally got set on fire.
What did you do?
What do you mean? I didn't do anything.
Yeah, we were just out here talking.
Well, you must have done something. The book flew right off the table and now it's hiding under the cauldron and it won't come out.
Well, that's the best place for it. Come on, Callie. We have a few things to talk about.
What about the final quest?
Well, there isn't going to be a final.
I'll do it.
You will? You speeched on her, didn't you?
No, I didn't. Yes, I did. A little.
It was a very short, very lovely speech. Look, I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but if going on this quest will help me make sense of my life, then I'll do it. Now, what do I have to do? Turn a frog into a prince. No, wait, turn a prince into a frog. Right, super easy. Simple spell. Ugh. How does one go about finding a prince? And what do I do when I find one? It's not like I can just ask him, hey there, prince, ever want to be green and slimy and then probably get eaten by a stork? Can't see that going over well. I mean, it's pretty much going to ruin his life, right? Yeah, what is it with witches and frogs anyways? I mean, why can't I just turn him into a nice kitten? They're cute. I am losing it. This can't be good. And how is any of this going to help me come to to terms with my past. You know, this was a huge mistake. I should just go back to the school and...
Hold that! You dropped your stick.
It's not a stick. It's a wand.
Is it?
Yes. You would know that because you're just an ordo. But this happens to be a very sensitive piece of magical equipment.
If it's so sensitive, young lady, perhaps you shouldn't be throwing it about.
Let me see it.
Thank you.
What are you doing in my woods?
Your woods.
Well, yes. I own the very ground you stand on. I own trees.
How does one own a tree?
Because it's mine? I don't know. Anyway, let me see your stick.
It's a wand, and again, no.
Why not? I want to see it.
Because it is a very sensitive piece of magical equipment. No one holds a wand besides its owner.
Oscuro, she won't let me see the wand, and I want to hold it.
Yes, and?
We'll do something.
I do believe this woman is a witch.
A witch, you say?
Yes, in fact...
Oh, do some magic.
What? No.
Oscuro?
Perhaps it might be best if we were to run away.
That's it? This little upstart tells me no, and you're just going to stand there and do nothing?
Yes, I think that's definitely for the best. Witches. That's what this woman is. Capable of the most devious black magics.
I am not devious.
So you say.
Well, of all the... Oh, Dad, I could have you imprisoned, beheaded, all that nonsense. Local riffraff, that's all you are. Pitiful, motherless riffraff.
You take that back.
Which part?
Take it back.
No. What is she doing?
We should run away.
What are you doing? No, stop that, okay, fine. I take it back.
Good. Now get out of my way.
Gladly. I'm tired anyway. Oscuro, we should be carried back to the palace. Can walk no further this day.
I shall call for a carriage immediately.
No, Oscuro.
You can't... You're a 25-year-old man.
Nevertheless, I wish to be carried. Carried.
As you wish.
What a couple of weirdos.
You don't know the half of it.
Who's there?
Hi. Sorry. Hi, Verla.
Hi, Hannah.
Oh, you probably think it's strange, this girl just hiding in the woods.
Yeah, why are you hiding?
Those guys. I can't believe how brave you were.
I can handle myself against a couple of, Who was that guy? Some sort of landowner or something? He said he owns the trees, like that's a thing.
Well, he does. He owns everything in the kingdom.
There's a kingdom?
Yes, there is a kingdom. You're not from around here, are you?
Well, I mean, I'm from around here geographically, yes. I've never left the school.
Well, this whole place is a part of a kingdom. It's school. You mean the witch's school? So Oscuro was right. You're a witch?
Sort of.
That's awesome.
I mean, I'm not technically a witch. I mean, I know all the witchy stuff, but I'm not technically a witch. Not yet. I'm on my final quest.
What's that?
A final quest? It's like a test, a secret mission.
Really? That is unbelievable.
That I'm on a secret mission?
No, that you would tell that to a complete stranger. What if I was like a spy or something?
Are you a spy?
No. Wow, you are naive and just a little gullible, aren't you?
That's what they tell me.
Well, clearly you are going to need some help. What is it you're looking for exactly?
I have to turn a frog into a prince. No, wait, other way around.
You have to turn a... Oh, that's good. That is so good.
What is?
That jerk that was giving you a hard time just now, he is a prince.
He is?
Prince Amadan, and if anybody deserves to be turned into a frog, it's that guy.
I don't know.
Do you know what kind of a person Prince Amadan is? The things he does to people. Why do you think I was hiding? I'm on the run.
You are?
His breakfast this morning was just a little too cold for his liking, so he threw it at me.
He didn't.
He did. It was cereal. And last month, the dusting boy forgot to dust a chandelier. He kept him in the dungeon for a week. A week! But not me. He thinks he can do whatever he wants and everybody has to listen because there's hundreds of guards surrounding the place. But I know a secret way in and out. So I snuck out, and he has been looking for me all day. I've never seen him so angry. I don't care. He'll never catch me.
It does seem like he deserves to be turned into a frog, if anyone does.
Even that would be too good for him. The other frogs would probably take one look at his ugly face and feed him to a whooping crane or something. It's a start, though. Do you really think you could do it?
Oh, sure, it's a simple spell. It's just, I mean, if the palace is guarded as much as you say it is, I'd never get past the drawbridge.
I could.
How?
Secret entrance, remember? In fact, I could get you into his bedchambers easy.
I don't know, Verla. It's forcing someone to do something against their will in a really gross and kind of permanent way.
Well, do the rules say it has to be permanent?
Not that I know of.
Well, there you go, Hannah. That's your loophole. You make it so that the spell wears off after a little while and no harm done, right?
I guess.
Oh, come on. You would be doing the whole kingdom a huge favor if you think about it. Once he turns back into a normal-sized human, he'll have a whole new perspective. It would teach him a lesson. What do you say?
You're right. Do you think it will hurt getting turned into a frog?
What? No. Well, there might be some pinching going from a normal-sized person to a frog, but well, how bad could that be? Come on. By the time we get to the castle, it'll be getting dark. What'd I tell you? Easy peasy. And there he is, so go ahead.
I'm a little nervous. I've never done this particular spell before. I mean, I've turned things into other things, but never a person.
Come on, you've got this. And he deserves it, remember? So hit him with everything you've got.
Okay.
Don't be scared. Just think of how happy your teachers are going to be once you pass your test.
Yeah, I can't believe that this is their test. This doesn't seem like something they'd have me do.
But that's what they said, right?
Uh-huh.
Then give them everything you've got.
Okay. Only temporary, right?
Sure.
I can't do it, Verla.
Come on, Hannah. Yes, you can.
No, I can't. It's wrong to force someone to do something against their will just because I have the power to do it. It'd be ruining his life just to put a check mark on my school record.
Hannah, you turn that prince into a frog right now. Look at him. He wants to be a frog. He's probably dreaming of doing that thing where he sits on the lily pad and a fly comes by and his long sticky tongue comes out and snatches it.
What has gotten into you?
Nothing. I just want you to pass your test is all. So, do it. Turn him into a frog.
No, Verla, I can't. It's over. I'll just go
No,
back.
Hannah, it's not over. You have to do this now.
Why? Why is this so important to you?
Because it's my final test too.
And sadly, Verla, it appears you have failed.
No, I haven't. Hannah, please, you have to do this.
Yeah, I know you. You were in the woods with the prince this afternoon.
Hyrule Oscuro, King's Magician, at your service. I really would have thought the little prince would have croaked by now. In more ways than one.
You knew I was coming here?
Why, yes, my dear. It was I who supplied the incantation in Pope's Sister's Cauldron. And then I sent my student, Vela, here, to intercept you and lead you here.
Master Oscuro, please.
Silence, child.
Why would you do that?
2 reasons, chief of which is that with our little prince unfortunately being turned into a frog and then being eaten by the stork I've conveniently placed outside of his window,
There are an awful lot of storks in the area.
the king and queen would be so heartbroken that they would have no choice but to turn over the day-to-day operations over to someone else. That someone being me, of course.
This seems like a really elaborate plan. I mean, what do you need me for? Why don't you just take out the prince yourself?
2 reasons. 1, no magician, or apprentice magician can do any harm to a member of the royal family. They make you sign something. Why, if I were to lift a finger to harm any of them, my powers would vanish immediately.
But you said there were 2 reasons. What's the second?
Ah, the other is my favorite reason. When word got out that the oh-so-famous witches' school was responsible for the prince, their reputation would be ruined. And my first act as king would be to arrest everyone in the place and burn it to the ground. A brilliant plan, if it weren't for the incompetence of my student.
Hannah, please, you have to do this.
And after I treated you like a daughter, it's not that I'm angry, just disappointed.
Master, Father, I won't disappoint you. Hannah, this is your last chance.
Verla, you heard all that, right? I mean, there's no way.
I won't let you ruin everything. If you won't do it willingly, I'll make you do it.
Verla, no! Verla, what are you doing? Verla! What is this?
Give it back, that's mine.
Where did you get this?
Give it back.
Verla!
How can this be?
Verla, where did you get this?
I've always had it for as long as I can remember. It was around my neck when my parents left me at the castle.
Is that what you told her, Tywell?
Oh, this should be called the Everybody Knows About It passageway. What are you two doing here? Get out!
I think not, Tywell. I can't believe you. After all these years. He didn't find you on the castle doorstep, darling. He took you.
Master, Father, what are they saying?
And what about the others? Richard, the driver, Mary when she came back looking for her child?
What are you saying?
It's all too clear now, Hannah. Verla is your sister.
My sister?
It's like you said. I found the child, but not on the doorstep, no. I heard a spectacular crash, and upon investigating it, I found the child. Something had happened, but it was not me. And there was no one else about. From the wreckage about the site, I determined that the carriage had come from the school.
And why, Tywell? Why not return the child? Why keep her from her sister? Is the fire in your anger still burning so hotly towards us after all these years?
It's not fair. They were beans, just beans. So I lost them, and some boy found them and created a magic beanstalk. And then the giant fell and crushed half the kingdom. It's not my fault. You had no right to kick me out.
So there it is. Now, doesn't this prove that we were right to end your training? You have not changed a bit. You were a foolhardy child, and now look at you. You're not even Finch.
Oh, but I did study magic from the darkest places. When I found the child and determined from whence she came, I decided to raise her myself, to spare her the indoctrination of you witches. And as time passed, I saw a potential in Verla, a potential with which I could gather myself a kingdom and destroy you in the process. Is that so wrong?
Yes, all of that is extremely wrong.
What are you all doing in my room?
No matter. Take the child.
Father, I just
You were a tool to me, girl. Nothing else.
say you don't mean that. You told me you loved me.
Love? What love could I have for a tiny, useless, half-witch girl? Besides, I now have the means to claim the kingdom myself.
Oh, Hannah.
It's slippery.
I can't use my magic to harm the royal family, but perhaps I can use someone else's. Let's find out, shall we?
Oh, Kelly! Oh, you murdering!
A pity. I've placed the magic wards all about the castle to make it impossible for any magics to harm me. Poor Regana, alone and helpless at last.
She's not alone. She has me. And I have my sister.
No matter. There's not enough power among the three of you to hurt me.
We don't need to hurt you, Tywell. We just need to take back everything you've taken from us.
No! My dude. Not cool. Hand me, you idiot.
Ow! Whoa, that couldn't have hurt you. That was. Oh. Ah! Wow, that really stung. So, yeah, I guess, we all learned a valuable lesson here today, huh?
I can't believe I was such an idiot. I hope you rot in a dungeon for the rest of your life.
That's exactly where he's going. It's a prince's hand like that. This is the hand I used to point with. Come on, let's go. Oh, don't be here when I get back.
Oh, Callie!
I'm quite all right, dear.
Oh, but how could you survive a point-blank death spell?
Oh, I don't know. I was just... Oh, right. I told you this was a lifesaver.
Wait a minute, what are the two of you doing here?
Well, when we heard that you'd passed your final quest...
But I didn't pass. In the end, I wasn't able to do it. I couldn't turn the prince into a frog.
Well, that's exactly why you passed, my dear. Your unwillingness to be cruel, no matter the reason, is the one quality any good true witch must have.
You succeeded beyond our wildest expectations. Naturally, we came to congratulate you and only to find this mess.
Well, in a way, I guess I did make sense of my past. You guys, I have a sister.
It still doesn't explain what happened to Hannah's mother and father.
Yes, but that's a matter for another day. I'm exhausted, and I've got a book to fix.
Well, what happens to me now?
You're coming with us, Goose.
Absolutely. You'll come stay with us at the school. We need to find out how much damage Tywil has done to your magical being and turn it around.
So that means...
Yes, Verla. We're going home.
What? Are all of you still here? Come on, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I even said, don't be here when I get back. And here you all are, being here.
Your Majesty. It has come to my attention that you have been not great to the people of this kingdom. That stops now.
You can't tell me what to do. I'm a prince. I can do whatever I want.
I learned today that you can't make people do what you want just because you have the power to do it. You do what's right, no matter what. And that is the only reason you're not a frog right now.
You were going to turn me into a frog?
And she still could if it turns out to be the right thing to do.
No, it won't. That won't be necessary. I can be nice to the people. I love the people. Honest. Please don't turn me into a frog. I'm a vegetarian.
I don't even know what that means.
We'll leave you now to your sleep, your highness. Don't make us come back.
Come along, ladies.
Yes. Thank you. All right. Yes. Goodbye. Goodbye. Why is there a tunnel in my closet?